Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel, and in our top stories today, for all of you who enjoy flying, it looks like there's going to be a bit of a snafu. Now, I grew up in an airline family, in an airline community, so flying has been a part of my life for all my life, and it's always been something that I've enjoyed doing. Traveling and flying are two different things, technically, though, but I do enjoy flying and also traveling. We have here from NBC News, the FAA is set to start cutting flights to contend with delays, staffing shortages. This is about where's the pressure and how do we alleviate the pressure, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said. And we'll hear from Sean here in just a moment. So the Federal Aviation Administration will begin cutting the number of flights in the high traffic parts of the country as the government shutdown grinds on, and local airports have reported staffing shortages, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said Wednesday. And, of course, the people that work in the control towers are absolutely top-notch individuals. If you ever watch any of the airline traffic or watch airline aircraft landing and taking off on those sorts of channels or information, the towers are absolutely phenomenal. And I like to watch individual private pilots fly, and their communication with the tower, always perfect, always, well, I should say always very professional. These are human beings, so you can see here, we got the countdown here. The federal government has been shut down for 35 days, 18 hours, and this is going to be a 10% reduction in capacity at 40 of our locations, Duffy said. This is about where's the pressure and how do we alleviate the pressure. And, well, we obviously know that... Well, we'll get into the details of the shutdown here in just a moment, but I want to go ahead and play this from Sean Duffy himself, from the Transportation Secretary, Sean Duffy.
I anticipate there will be additional disruptions. There will be frustration. We are working with the airlines. They're going to work with passengers. But in the end, our sole role is to make sure that we keep this airspace as safe as possible. The administrator is going to talk about all of the tools we're going to deploy. One of them, though, is going to be that there is going to be a 10% reduction in capacity at 40 of our locations. The administrator is going to tell you that this is data-based. This is not based on what airline travels, has more flights out of what location. This is about where's the pressure and how do we alleviate the pressure.
All right, so they're being very targeted with where these reductions are going to take place. I'm going to assume that Atlanta is going to be one of those, because Atlanta is one of the busiest airports in the United States, often described as the busiest in the world, with hundreds of thousands of people that go through the airport daily. It's absolutely extraordinary to think about. If you've ever been near the Atlanta airport or have ever been in the Atlanta airport, it's like a small city in and of itself. It's absolutely massive. But I am going to assume that Atlanta is going to be part of that. And, of course, we know that this is all a result of the government shutdown. So I wanted to share this from Congressman Russell Fry. So this was something that came out of CNN just recently. Another senior Democrat aide said, as long as public perception is in their favor, the party will not concede short of planes falling out of the sky. Now, of course, this is a bit rhetorical, of course, a bit divisive, but not unusual, because, as we know, the Democrats are doing everything they can to obstruct and stop Trump, who is, incidentally, the duly elected president. And if you look in the post on my main channel, or what they call it, used to be the community post, or go to my main channel and click on post, you'll see what I recently posted, and that is that Donald Trump is the duly elected president with 77 million people who elected him. And these people are being disenfranchised when Democrats make these comments and do these things, because they aren't representing all of Americans. They're only representing the groups of individuals that support them or vote for them, and not all Americans. And we see this here, and yet another vote. This was on November the 4th. So we have from Congressman Troy E. Niles, we have Democrats just voted against reopening the government for the 14th time. Meanwhile, air traffic controllers, TSA officers, and other federal workers continue to work without pay. Shameful. I agree that they will get back pay. So they will get paid. They're just not getting paid now, just to clear up any confusion. And a lot of people were concerned that they were going to connect the dots and draw conclusions, as we see the Democrats do and the left do quite often. I've not seen a lot of this, but of course we heard about the tragic catastrophic plane crash from the UPS cargo plane. in Louisville, Kentucky, that was set to go to Hawaii. 7 people are now confirmed dead in catastrophic UPS plane crash, with death toll expected to rise. Now, I can't show you any of the video because all the video is just very disturbing, all of it. And I've seen some very, very like dashboard cams of the one worker there near the airport who caught the entire thing, really, from. It's troubling to see, but I don't want to make this really into a political argument. I'm just saying that this could be something that could be a political sticking point, but based upon what we've seen with the crash and so forth, clearly an engine catching fire or whatever the specifics are to what led up to this is not necessarily a result of the government being shut down. Now, one of my favorite captains here to follow here, he just retired, by the way, at 65. In the airline industry, despite the fact that someone 65 may be alert, aware, cognizant, full of faculties, and top-notch pilot, you retire at 65. It's just, that is the cutoff. You can't fly beyond that unless, of course, policies and laws change. But Captain Steve is one of my favorites, and he talks about the disaster in Louisville, as well as other topics when it comes to aviation. So if you guys get a chance, go and check out Captain Steve. He's amazing. But if you do travel frequently, let me know down in the comments section if you often travel for business, if for your work, for pleasure, whatever it is that you do. Do you have a favorite airline that you like? So forth like that. My father is retired Delta. And fortunately for me and my sister, we still get to fly non-rev. Of course, my mother can as well, but we can still fly non-rev. Provided there's availability of seats. But I'm not flown in years simply because of just the congestion, TSA, all these things just kind of are a bit of a headache, as you can see here. I know here at the Atlanta airport, as a result of the shutdown, because this is, TSA workers are also paid by the federal government. And it's just fascinating to me that we still have the TSA. It's just extraordinary to me. It's been, 24 years? Since 9/11, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't have airport security. I'm just saying that, maybe we could, dial some of that back so people can get to their flights and everything much sooner. But I wax on, ladies and gentlemen. Nonetheless, thank you guys so very much for your continued support. That's on BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey. You guys have been amazing. Of course, below this video, you can find the various social media links that I belong to include X, and, of course, my affiliate marketing links. You guys know how those work. But, of course, your likes, your shares, and your comments help out the channel a lot, particularly here with the satisfaction algorithm that we've been dealing with now for 3 years. And the recent changes to that algorithm has allowed me to experiment a little bit on the channel. So that's why you see things happening in particular ways. But nonetheless, guys, thank you so much for your continued support, especially everybody on YouTube who are help with the satisfaction criteria that the algorithm requires. But nonetheless, guys, thank you for the likes, the shares, and the comments, and appearing there on the screen for everyone who is watching on YouTube specifically. You can click on that to subscribe as well, just like notifications. That way you know when there's content here on the channel, and I'll see all you guys in the next video.